First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Well, the kicker, Brandon Aubrey, is out to get this one started, and we are underway from Ford Field. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Williams, a man in motion right. Just beating the play clock is Goff. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. From the gun, here's Goff. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chains, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. DeMarvion Overshown, the one to bring him down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Goff now looking to throw. Into the hands of Williams across the formation. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 28. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his 3rd completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc. That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They've got a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They could probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, on this drive, their playbook is open.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
A shotgun snap for Goff. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Tim Patrick that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down. St. Brown in motion right. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. Throw left side, caught by Laporta. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Sam Laporta, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. The first carry now. This is Williams. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
2nd down and 6 now. Now Prescott. That's caught. It's a rookie from Oregon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. Drops it to Blue, complete. Only able to gain a couple there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And the Cowboys going to bring on Brian Anger to punt on 4th down. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Lions will take over. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one. Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 3. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Back to throw, Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, Goff. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Dante Fowler. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. Able to avoid him at the 40. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's Goff. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
Bates' kick is good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They'll run up the middle here with Blue. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Prescott. That is caught, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Lamb's first catch of the game, good for a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
A short one there, taken in by Ferguson. Just a gain of a couple there, and it'll be second down. (10-0) the score after one on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. Second down and 8. As they've got it as we resume action. They go with blue between the tackles. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
3rd and 2. Prescott. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
On first down, it's blue. Down inside the 40.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Throwing, Prescott escapes the sack. And that's incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. On the draw, here's Blue. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
So on 4th down, Prescott off, and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So a good job there to kind of weather the storm in that first quarter and come back with their first points of the ball game.
Yeah, you hate to be coming from behind early on, but you're exactly right. They took some time, able to move the ball, and now it's back to a 10-3 game.
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So out now come the Lions. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Yep. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Here's Goff. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And that will be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. Cavante Turpin deep for the Cowboys. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Prescott now. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
To throw is Prescott. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA, with a sack. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be, trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind, because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Here's 2nd and 10. In motion right, that's Williams. Goff. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The Lions on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now Goff. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10, he got 9. 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Dallas offense set for this next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Prescott. He hits Blue. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 31, here's 2nd down and 7. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Now a play fake, and it's Goff. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. And trying to find Jamison Williams, and it's 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Off play action. Here's Goff. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the 1st down.
Here's Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack. Boy, every time I see speed like that off the edge, Charles, I just don't know how these offensive linemen do it. I would think that they would get called for holding every play, and maybe they should have been called for holding on that one.
Yeah, maybe not just holding, but sometimes you end up setting back in the offensive backfield a little bit farther to try and help you with the edge.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Micah Parsons. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Goff. He's got it to Williams. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Jack Fox now gets set to punt. This will be fielded at the 17. Fighting through the tackle at the 30. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Prescott to throw it. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
2nd and 10. Prescott now from the 50. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
3rd and 4. Now Prescott. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know I'm an old defender, but I've got to give credit where credit's due. That was smart play calling right there on 3rd and 4. They didn't need to do too much. Just let their guy get out there and sit down in the zone. And they hit him for the completion for the first down.
Now Prescott. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And the Lions force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
A final shot before break here. Goff breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Cowboy offense set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. This is a game, Charles, that's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. We'll see if they can get something going here as we look toward the 3rd quarter.
And not just a chance to finally get a little more offense going, but to erase that small deficit they currently trailed by. I think they'd send a pretty powerful message to the opposite sideline if they drive it right down the field coming out of the half.
Here's Prescott. Left side to Lamb. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that will bring up second down. Out of the gun, they run with blue. 41 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Prescott. A short one there, taken in by Ferguson. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. 2nd and 6. Throwing, Prescott. Drops it to Blue, complete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
First down, and they go right back to Blue. And he's got it to about the 40.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
They'll try and run again with Blue. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 35. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Here's Prescott. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Throw left side, complete. That's Lamb. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's 2nd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff. Blue. Powering his way forward. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 80 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And it's caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jake Ferguson from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Aubrey good with a PAT, and we are even at 10 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
A quick throw there is incomplete. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion forced there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
To throw is Goff. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
3rd and 8. Goff now looking to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. Dallas offense set for this next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They start the drive with a give to Blue. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
They work now on 2nd and 9. They go again with Blue. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
This now a 3rd and 4. Prescott now. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
To throw is Prescott. Going right back to Ferguson. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's second down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Prescott. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw again. That is caught. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
On to give, this is Blue. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Blue. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Now a handoff to Blue running left side. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Kirby Joseph there to drop him.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skills showing the power, but just not much room to operate. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. Knotted up here at 10. That's our score as we begin quarter number 4. And his kick is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start things off with a give to Gibbs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Now Goff. And his throw here's incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Goff. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Out of the gun, Goff. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys 43. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, too.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And he's able to carve out about 6 there.
Creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
2nd down and 4. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Play action. It's Goff. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 22-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Goff. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Throwing again is Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Bates' kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this fourth quarter. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. And he did that right there. No fear there in the middle of the field. They hand it off. It's Blue. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch. 2nd and a couple. Here's Blue. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 114 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory. On the carry, this is Blue. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down at 7. Now Prescott. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled. Big 3rd down. A field goal from this spot, 57 yards as they hope to move it a little closer. Here's Prescott. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They run with Blue. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone. From the 3, 2nd and a yard. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exists when you're between the 20s. Mike McCarthy pretty decisive. He brings out that red challenge flag. Aubrey now for the point after. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So after the made field goal, back out is Aubrey to kick this away. And able to get this out to the 25. And Detroit getting set to go now. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's complete to Williams. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
In motion left goes a tight end. Throwing on 2nd and long. Goff. Complete to right. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Goff now to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a 1-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They begin with a carry for Blue. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start, but now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball, getting it away from them, because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You've got to have the football back for your offense.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll run up the middle here with Blue. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So here's Goff and the Lions. Down 20-13. A minute 46 to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Now Goff. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has been so stingy all game long. No reason to think it's suddenly going to open up now. They took their shot, but this, like many others, falls incomplete.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now. Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta.
Bottom line, 2-yard gain's just not going to cut it in this situation. You've got to move the ball downfield in order to have a chance.
Defense will give them that the rest of the way. Boy, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now. Now it's Goff. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. They go ahead and snap it. Goff. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 29. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down.
Oh, what a time for the defense to go missing in action. How do you allow a play like that on 4th down? That lets them right back into the ball game.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. Over the middle and take it in by Laporta.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
Now 2nd down and a few inches. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. They'll come up now on 2nd down. Goff now to throw. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
No timeouts remain. 8 seconds on the clock. Back to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Prescott, he goes down to a knee, and that should just about do it. But Charles, we were treated to an excellent game today, capped off by that second-half comeback. This was a joy to watch.
Entertaining for us, not so much to the team who led at halftime, and now is leaving here knowing that they let a win slip through their fingers. Tough one for them to carry home.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Detroit.